first we got to get covered. Number one, how long into the speech will it take till I start crying? That's question one. Question two, what the heck is the name going to be? Augustiniac hyphen Bethiani. Bethiani hyphen Augustiniac. Can you imagine their kids trying to spell that crap in one minute? So, this is my third rehearsal dinner. One would think that I would have it under control, but this is my first day wedding. Did I say that correctly?
Yeah.
I was wondering, do I have to say things differently? At some point, can we all stand and sing YMCA? I've come a long way. He's the funny one right there.
This is why you didn't want me to prove.
Wait, I did ask her about that. I've come a long way in my education having a gay son. And I didn't know what to do, but I decided that I'm going to do just what I did with his brothers. Embarrass him as much as I can. And then have a few words of wisdom. CJ was always different from his brothers, not bad or wrong, different interests, which gave us some early clues about him. Let me give you a story or two. Our first clue, when he was about 3 or 4, he did a Britney Spears concert. He set up chairs, he made a stage, he had tickets, and he made us count them in. He got into a Britney Spears type of an outfit, and he got on the stage. And he stood there and he just looked at me. And I'm like, are you ready? And he goes, you have to introduce me. We knew that this was a drama kid. Right? So, first we tried to get him to play soccer. He usually sat around the side and looked at the flowers. One game, they didn't have enough players, so they needed him to play. He had to play the whole game. In the second half, he yells from the sidelines, when is this over? Next, we tried baseball. He had a game, and he was standing there and he's pitching, and he's got his bat on his shoulder, and both his brothers are there going, come on, CJ, you can do it. Just swing, you can hit the ball. He looks at them both and goes, he didn't swing the damn bat the whole time. He just scowled, okay? So, a few days later, he comes up to me and he says, Dad, literally, and he said that correctly, literally, all of my brothers, my cousins, my uncles and aunts, they're all major jocks. Did you bring the wrong kid home from the hospital? And I'm like, no, CJ, everyone has their own gifts. And it was quite touching at the time. So, quit sports then. We were in middle school. He was in middle school and he did a play, and I think it was called Alice in Wonderland, but I'm not sure if that was the name.
I was Alice, yes.
Okay, so he came up to me and he said, Dad, they need some adults to try out for some parts. And I said, CJ, I have not done this stuff since college. I said, no, I don't think so. He looked at me and he said, if Bert and Drew would ask you to do something in football, you'd do it.
Congratulations.
I looked at my amazing son and I said, you are absolutely right. I went up the next day to audition knowing that wasn't that good, and damn it, I got the part. So that was the beginning of CJ's and
Build
my
it right
relationship and our journey in theater. And I've loved every second. I'm getting close to the tears. Anyway, CJ came out to me in college when we dropped him off in the parking lot after we had dinner. We're getting ready to leave, and he goes, I got something to tell you. Anyway, okay. So, which is kind of crazy. He told his mom like 2 years earlier. Okay? And probably his brother. Okay. But that also shows the kind of relationship that CJ has with his mom. We'd be at a restaurant and we'd be sitting there and I'd look over and CJ would be playing with his mom's hair. We're at SIU and we're at the burger place and he's doing that with Kate. Same thing. Okay. So he's playing that. Anyway, when CJ told me, I said, yeah, tell me something I don't know. Anyway, CJ went through the normal heartbreaks in college, dating and things. Cindy was always his go-to person when he was upset. At college, though, he had some of his lifelong friends that he met. And the bonds that he made with this group of people, his theater buddies, they're so strong, and it's evidenced by the number of them that are still here in New York and in the wedding. That's amazing. But also, he has that same type of bond with his high school friends. It's evidenced by the people that are in New York and that are in the wedding, and Max, who's crying now. Who's officiated. So that's exciting. Anyway, so now CJ moves to New York, okay? Try his career again, right?
Keep it light.
Oh my God. All of this time in college and stuff, both his brothers married two wonderful women, Jen and Haley, who are here. When Cindy and I started our family, every parent wishes two things: that your child is healthy and happy. After raising three boys, we found a third thing. We wanted each one to find their path, their group, what it is that is their life, their meaning, and their why in life. It turned out that CJ's path was a little bit crazier, more challenging, not to mention non-conventional, for two Midwest conservative parents. But he always said that he wanted what his two brothers had found, sort of. Not the life part. But he wanted someone to share his life with and start a family. Then along comes Matt. Honestly, I've never seen CJ happier. The first time we saw Matt, he had all this moosey crap and those little Elvis curls. And I went, oh shit, oh my. And he comes up to Cindy and I and gives us a big hug. And he said he was so excited to meet us because we were so close to CJ. And immediately I thought, damn, I really like this guy. We take a family boating trip to North Lake every year, and this year CJ asked if Matt could come, which is a big step. The first year we had a blast watching Matt try to ski.
He was determined.
He hasn't given up for
Wow, this guy great.
Impressive.
Coach Bert was Mr. Encouraging. Come on, Matt, you can do it. Give it another try. Come on and do that. Well, he kept trying, and we kept laughing. Okay, so then we're docking the boat.
Oh,
And Matt hops off to help tie off the stern, which is the back of the boat. And all of a sudden he's got 1 foot on the boat and 1 foot on the dock. And the boat starts going further and further. And he's like this, and I'm thinking, hey, wait. This guy's the dancer. He can do the split.
We'll definitely drop it anymore.
He can get back up, and in the video you'll see something what I mean. Trust me. Well, he didn't make it back up. He grabbed the light pole, fell in the lake, and broke it. And I'm looking down and I'm like, God, I really like this guy. The real amazing quality was how he melted into the family. God, stop! And he melted in our family, especially with the nieces and nephews. Matt has been to all of the lake trips since. He did finally get up on the skis for 1 minute. Anyway, let me finish with this.
True.
Cindy and I love movies. We watch movies all the time. There was a recent movie that just came out called The Life List. And if any of you all have ever watched Descendants, Evie, who's in Descendants, is the star of this movie. I'm not kidding. Cindy knew that. Cindy knew that. Anyway. Okay, so in it, a girl is told by her mom that when you find who you think is the right person, you only need to answer 4 questions. This was just last week. Okay, I hope you will watch this. The first question, is he kind? Pat is one of the nicest, most considerate young men I've met. He genuinely cares for CJ's happiness and protects it. And he loves dogs. Question 2, does he bring out the best version of yourself? Matt, not only does he protect CJ and takes care of him, he's always encouraged him to get out of his comfort zone, to move forward and take some risks. He also reminds CJ that he has so much to offer as a friend, a worker, and a partner. Number 3, can you tell him how your heart feels? CJ and Matt have such an honest and loving relationship. They lift each other up, they support each other when they're down. I know that when CJ is anxious, Matt is always there for him. They share their dreams and their disappointments. A lot of pages because it's big print. Number 4, could you see him as the father of your child? That's hard with 2 guys. But if you could see how Matt interacted with his niece and nephews at our lake, there'd be no doubt seeing Matt as a father. I know that they would love to find a way to have a family, and they would be amazing, encouraging parents. So as you can see, Matt passed the 4-question test. As a matter of fact, he blew it away. Cindy and I would thank Leo and Susan for Susan.
Right here.
Sign in the back. Sign in the back.
You blew my emotion right there. Anyway, we'd like to thank. Yeah, it's my pleasure. We'd like to thank Leo and Sue for raising such an amazing son for our boy. We had the pleasure of spending a weekend with these 2 guys in New York a while ago. It's easy to see why Matt is such a good person. He had great examples. I didn't cry. I made it. Anyway, so now the words of wisdom. How do you 2 make this marriage work? You'll figure it out. I'm serious, that's it. Just remember a few words. Kindness, communication, partnership, never stop dating, best friends, trust, and laughter. That's it. You'll figure it out. I made it. So, anyway, before we do the video, which I tried to find Britney Spears, or not Britney Spears, Taylor Swift, and Ariana Grande movie. I did not any of the damn music.
That's okay.
So this is all old school music.
I love it.
The most recent song is 50 years, 40, 50 years old.
You've gone 20 years.
Anyways,
Jeez.
I would like to raise a glass to CJ and Matt. It's lovely to see all of our favorite people in one room to celebrate you two. You bring joy to everyone around you. May your life together be filled with love, laughter, and happily ever after. We love you.
We love you.
Love you guys.